Hey, I hope you're all doing well. As we continue on in our series on preventative back care, today I'm going to show you some basic and simple back stretches, exercises that you can implement. And just because they're basic and simple, you want to still proceed with caution. Because if you're prone to back pain, back injuries, then you got to be careful how you move. So what I'm going to show you is some movements that should be safe for most of you, but again, proceed with caution. I am Oliver Ean from Optimum Fitness Systems, showing you how to get well and stay well. With that, let's get started. The first movement we would do is called a full body extension. And as its name implies, all you're doing is just gonna extend the full body, meaning the back, the glutes, hamstrings, and get some stretch throughout those areas. So all you do here is I'll start with my arms overhead and simply sit back, touch down, and lift up. If you can't go down very low, then just go down as far as you can comfortably reach. For some of you, you may only be able to do a movement such as this, and that's okay. So as I'm doing this, what I'm doing is just getting some circulation going throughout the back side of my area there. And let's do a few of these. Lift, down, breathe in, and breathe out as you lift up. Inhale, and exhale. Down, and up. Okay, let's do 3 more. Hip hinge and sit back, and good. Okay, from here, let's just do what's called the hip thrust, side knee thrust, that is. So, because the hip mobility, flexibility has a lot to do with how healthy your back's going to be. Because if this gets tight, then it'll pull on the back, causing what feels like back pain, but it may really be just bad hip mobility that you're dealing with. So with that, we're going to do just a side knee thrust. And if doing this motion is maybe not that easy for you, just start by just leaning to one side and just kind of thrusting the knee up as high as you can. Like for some of you, this is maybe as high as you can go. And as you get better at it, then thrust it up. Thrust. Kick it up like a martial artist. Like you're doing a side kick. All right, let's get a few more. And good. All right, from here, let's move on to showing you just some of the simple stretches that we can incorporate as well. So with that, let's go to the mat. The first stretch I will show you here is called the figure 4 hamstring stretch. So what I'm going to do here is just extend my left leg, toes up, and bring my right foot inside my left thigh here, making the shape of a 4. Okay? And from here, what I'm going to do is just bend down and then just reach for my toes here as I flex the back here. Okay, and just get a good stretch and just hold it there. And we're just gonna do these in static fashion, meaning you're just gonna stretch and then hold that position for several seconds. So let's do that once again. Reach, touch, and hold. And we'll hold it for about 5 seconds. And if you're really flexible, like which I tend to be, my goal would be to bring my head down toward this knee. So, for some of you, if just sitting in this position gets really uncomfortable, you can bend this knee slightly, and as you stretch, you'll feel that knee just wanting to come up. So we'll permit that for this time around, but do make it your goal to eventually just do the stretch by keeping this knee down. All right, let's do the other side. So this time I'm going to stretch my right hamstring. Right leg straight, toes up, left foot inside my right thigh there, and do the same stretch. Reach and hold. So again, this is static stretching, and we're just going to isometrically hold it for a few seconds. Release, let go, and then do it one more time. Reach, and do a good stretch, and hold. Now this is a hamstring stretch specifically. And why is that important for back health? Because if the hamstrings get really tight and stiff, along with the gluteus, then that will make the back have to work harder, which makes it more prone to injury. So you definitely want to keep this area loose. So remember that. All right? Then we're going to move to what's called the butterfly stretch by pulling both heels just toward my groin crotch here. And then from here, just going to grab the ankles and just press down on the knees. And push and hold. just hold that again statically for a few seconds. Relax and release. So this is obviously a stretch for like the groin area, the inner thighs. Let's do that one more time. Hold the ankles, elbows on the knees, and press down and hold and relax. Okay. Are you doing these with me? All right, well, just feel free to just rewind and then do it on your own at your leisure. All right, lastly, we're going to do what's called the piriformis figure 4 stretch. Turn myself around here, lay back. And from here, what I'm going to do is bring my right foot over my left knee, or the lower part of my left thigh here. And for some of you, you may find that just getting in this position, particularly a lot of you men, because I know your lower area, particularly like the hip glute area, tends to get really tight. So this position may get uncomfortable. Let's try to get into this position the best you can, and just try to hold this position, just for starters. But the way to do this stretch, the piriformis stretch, is to then hold on to this ankle, and then I'm gonna get underneath my left thigh here, just behind the knee, and just gently pull this toward me, and just hold that there. And you're going to feel that stretch just all throughout the outside of the glute, the piriformis area. And then hold it there, relax. And then we'll do another stretch here one more time. Pull and hold. And just as you do this, just try to breathe normally. Just deep breaths. And breathe. Right, switch sides. Then I'll stretch my left side. Alright, same thing here. Hold this ankle, get underneath my right knee, behind my right knee there. And from here, just pull and breathe. Yeah, you will definitely feel that stretch all throughout the glute area there, which again, you need to loosen that up in order to synergistically help the back. And hold and relax. One more time. Pull and hold and relax. Hold it for a few seconds. Alright. Now for a lot of you, just getting down onto the floor may not be the most comfortable. So let me show you a variation of it, just from a seated position. So if getting on the floor is not comfortable for you, let me show you some variations of some of those same stretches, just from a seated position. Alright, so I'm just going to prop up my left leg here. Here again, toes up, knee down, and from here, just reach and stretch. So again, the same idea. Let's hit the hamstring here along with the glute. Okay, and then do the other side. Stretch to the right side. You always want to do both sides whenever you stretch, so be sure you do that. Hold and release. And for the inner thigh groin stretch, what you can do is just do one side at a time. Like in this case, I will bring up my left leg here, just toward my crotch area here, and then from here, just press down on my left knee there. So same concept, same idea. So hit the inner thigh here. Do both sides. From here, and to the right side. And press down. Hold and release. For the piriformis stretch, what I would do is just put this left foot over the right knee, same idea in the figure 4 position, and from here just stretch it there. Now you're not going to feel the piriformis as much in this position, but you're still hitting that outer hip area and as well as the inner thigh, just kind of similar to the stretch we just did previously. And we'll do both sides. Same thing here. From here and press down on this knee and breathe out. Relax. Okay, does it for the lower body stretches. Next, I will show you a couple of just back stretches from the standing position. First one is called raise the roof. So all you're simply doing here is with feet close together, just going to raise my hands overhead, and from here, just thrust my hip forward and lean back as far as my back will allow me to do. Just hold it there, relax, and breathe. And try that again. Now, if your sense of balance is a little questionable, you can spread your feet here on this one. And let's do that again. hands overhead, and then just thrust your hip forward and lean back as far as your back will allow, and hold it. Oh, and breathe. Okay, and from here we'll go right into the toe reach touch. So here you could bend the knees a little bit as you reach for the toes, and as you proceed to do this, then just going to slide my hands down my shins and then down to my toes. I'll keep my knees straight, but here again, feel free to bend them just slightly if your flexibility is just really tight there. Okay, and so once again, this may not be the safest stretch for some of you. So depending on if your back is currently injured or just really prone to going out, you want to be careful with this one, because you can see just how the back flexes forward. It's just, that's not the safest position for some backs to be in. Okay, but if you can't safely do this, then proceed. So one more time, just going to slide my hands down my thighs here and down toward the toes, and try to keep the knees straight and hold. Alright, and then we will finish off with a lunge stretch, also called the runner stretch. And the purpose of this stretch is to loosen up the hip flexors, because with a lot of the folks that I've worked with over the years, I have found that it is the hip flexors that pull, tight hip flexors that is, that will pull on the back, which then causes the so-called back pain and back discomfort. So that's why it's important to keep the hip flexors loose. So we'll proceed into that. If I want to stretch out my left hip flexor, I will do that by stepping my right foot forward, left foot back, and from here, just simply lunge. And from this position, knee is on the floor, and then to get more of a stretch, all I'm going to do here is just slightly lean forward. As you do this, proceed with caution, because if you overstretch this, which I have done before, you will find that it's just, yeah, that could get very uncomfortable. So just hold a good stretch in this position, and hold and relax. The main muscles of the hip flexors are made up of the psoas and iliopsoas, and if I want to emphasize the iliopsoas into a deeper stretch, what I would do is take the arm on the side that I'm stretching, in this case my left arm, raise it over my head while keeping my upper body posture straight. I'm just going to lean over to the right side, away from that side I'm stretching, and then hold and breathe. Okay, we'll come out of it and do the other side. Left foot forward, right foot back, and lunge down. And the right knee will be down, and then now we're flexing the right side, the right hip flexor here. And we'll just do the same thing here by just slightly leaning forward and holding that. And we will do the same on this side. So I'm going to raise my right arm over my head and then just lean to the left. And relax and breathe. So these are some of the exercises you can incorporate to ease some of your back pain or just prevent it altogether. Because as I always say, that the best medicine will always be preventative medicine. So if you incorporate some of these into your routine, then you will find that you will help out your back quite a bit. So that concludes part 3 in this series on preventative back care. In the next installment, I will show you some therapeutic techniques that many of the folks that I've worked with over the years have found helpful for relieving their nagging back pains that I know many of you are battling with. So if you're currently dealing with back pain or an injury, stay tuned for that. Until then, I'm Oliver, your injury care specialist, telling you how to stay strong, stay fit, and be safe.